Hello, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to a brand new video. This week on the Magic Roundabout we have got a Corgi Toys this time. It's a Corgi Toys Fiat 2100. So it's play one, as you can see, it's been overpainted in places. A lot of dual glistening there, dual headlights. Now I'm doing this one as it's going to be a change of colour. So anyway, like always, I'd like to welcome any new subscribers. Thanks very much for jumping on board, much appreciated. And if you've got any comments, put them below and I'll try and answer them best I can within the week. And welcome back to all my old subscribers, old faithfuls. Thanks very much for continuing support. It's much appreciated as well. Okay, let's get her off here then and have a look at it. Here we are then. Corgi Toys Fiat 2100. Yeah, I've got this up for LGP. Quite nice. Dual headlights, got a bit of grille detail going on. No opening doors, nothing's opening on it. Painted windscreen at the back. I think this is supposed to have a louver in this. Yeah, as you can just see it through the back window. There's a, you can just see it, like the Corvair. It's got a louver. Yeah, that's in there. Steering wheel's there, big chunky thing. Back suspension seems to have gone a bit astray there. Probably bust a spring. We'll have to have a look. Yeah, spun hubs will come up quite nice. Yeah, 3 rivets, 3 posts, 1, 2, 3. Right, now I'm going to do a change of colour on this because I bought some paint recently. I usually go to the range and buy my high coat paints, and I was in there and I saw they've got a huge stand of new paints in there, rattle cans. So just a second. Oh, that with it. Give me here. Apologies for that. I thought I got it nearer to hand. So I think you can see that. Get it around the right way. Yeah, flame red. It's got a rail colour with it. Gloss. Yeah. Big can. 400 millilitres, I think. Yeah, 400 millilitres. And this is a solvent-based acrylic. I read it here somewhere. Solvent-based acrylic. Where did I read it? It's on there somewhere. Oh yeah, there it is. Look. It's a solvent-based acrylic. It says it can do all sorts of different things. Quick drying, blah, blah, blah. So I'm going to give it a go. Now the reason I'm doing it on this Fiat is because I want to use this paint, if it's any good, on my big 1/25th scale Ford Capri. Okay, that's the reasons. And I got the clear as well. I thought I'd buy the clear to match it. They didn't have any primer. So that's it. That's why I'm doing this now. Okay. So it's an experiment. If it comes out okay, then I'll do the Ford Capri in the same colour red. If it goes all tits up, then I'll do have to strip it and repaint it something else. Okay, I'll get the drill bits out and we'll get it apart. That's the base. Right, let's get this base off. I only just drill it and get the mushrooms off so you can see. Okay. Just put that there for a second and we'll see what's up with the suspension. Oh yeah, you can see what's happened here, can't you? It's gone the wrong side of the wire. There. You can see, look, it's gone the wrong side of the wire. So that should be an easy fix in. I don't know how it's managed that, but it probably has. Oh, I can see. See this wire here? It's sticking out further than that one. It's gone beyond. So I think we might be able to fix that if we pull. Yeah, that'll go out. Oh, that's an idea. What we can do here then. That's quite slippery. We can pull that out. If we can get the other one out, if we can just, yeah, all right lads, we're on a roll here, mate. Look, excuse my fingers, I'm just going to grab hold of this bit of wire and see if it'll arch back a bit. We need to go forward a tad first, so don't we? Because this looks quite loose. Just going to grab hold of that a minute, and then I can pull it back a fraction. Come on, you bugger. Let's get in there with something. Yeah, I'll look at that in a minute. Yeah, just got to pull that wire back and then I'll get both the maxwells out of there, won't I? So I'll look at that in a minute. I'll get a different pair of pliers on it. Right, okay, what we've got here. Let's just flip that up. That's the interior. Standard cheap back form. Get the tub. There's the louver. That's attached to the window. So I'm going to have to get my hot rod on that. As you can see, the rivet's quite big in there. Look. So I'll have to get the hot rod. Just go over there actually. See what I mean? Well, I've got different size rods because that's quite a big rivet, and you want a hell of a drill bit to get that off. So that'll just, I think, just fit over there. So I'll get the heater up, we'll get this warmed up and we'll get this off. Just before we get the hot rod out, let's pull this other cable out. What I've done, I've got something a bit thinner, like a knife blade, just pushed it back a little bit. And it's quite easy, I just nipped it out of there for a second. Alright, just pulled it to one side. And I should be able to just push that now. Up to a point there. And then grab hold of it and get it out. And then you should be able to just pull that out there. There it comes, just comes straight out, look. There you go. They won't come out of there, but that gets them out anyway. Alright, so when I put this and clean this, it won't damage them too much. And I'll clean up them suspension parts. There you go. There's not a lot of play in them axles there. Hardly any movement at all. I might even try and warm these up and pull these off actually. If you look on the other side, it's smooth. And you see it better there. You see that hub there? It's smooth the other side. So if you wanted to do it, you could turn them round and have smooths on the outside. Or you can have the spun on the outside. That's pretty handy, isn't it? So I'll see if I can warm that up while I'm at it and pull those off. Yeah, you could do that. Smooth dished one side, or you can have that. Because there's certainly no play in them axles. Nothing on them hubs. Right, hot rod time. Righto, just getting the old hot rod burned up here. Nearly hot enough now. See what we got. Right, let's try it. I don't think it was hot enough. There you go. She's out. Out. There you go. Right. Turn this off. Woo, either way. So for those who don't know, just using a blow lamp. I know it's a bit overkill, but it eats the tube up nice and quick. And I got this handy anyway, so you can use one of those cooking torches, you know. Those come in handy. I was using this, but it wasn't powerful enough really. So there you go. Hot tube. Done. If you're going to get a tube, thin the end out best you can. Yeah, so it gives it a sharper edge. And as you saw, we hold it in there for a little while. You see the glass around it melting. Just twist it. You do get a bit of stringy stuff in there, but you can clean that out. Once it's cold, it's like candy floss. It will come out. And there's your screen. Come out, no problem. So like I say, it's a bit candy floss around here, but you can get that out. And there you have it. And there's the louver. And the louver attaches through the two holes in the top of the roof like that, yeah. You just pull it out. Job done. So this is going to have to go into the oven cleaner because, I don't know, it might sand off. Let's have a look. What we got here? Let's have a look, see. I think it's only like an emulsion. Yeah, I'll give it a wash first and then see how we are, and then see the state of play. Okay, so that's hot rod. Axles, pulled them out. If you can see on the end of the axle there, if you can see that on my orange glove, they've got like a crushed piece of like a spline bit there. Yeah. So get yourself some pliers with no teeth in and just work it and pull it out slow. Should be okay. No problem. If you work it with a screwdriver, you're liable to bend the axle or damage it. So yeah, go in there. And you can see what I was saying about the reverse side of these wheels. That's smooth hubs. And that's the other side. Dish tubs. So you could, if you want to swap them around and fancy smooth ones, there you go. Anyway, I'll diverse. So that's it, wheels out. That's a hot rod sorted. Now we've got to look at getting these dual headlights out. Alright, I'll take my glove off and we'll have a look, see what we've got here. Now, as we know, let's get some stuff in the tub before we get stuff all over the bench and get lost where we are. As you can see, there and there, some dual headlights are glued in from the front and you can't get them out from the back because there's no way, unless you want to drill a hole in there, and sometimes you can't get access with a drill. So let's have a look. See, get my trusty screwdriver and see what's behind here, and you should be able to, yeah, shift that old paint out of the way. See, look, got that old bit of paint out of the way, and we should be able to push that out. I'm not saying it's going to be easy. Some of them are probably very, very tight. I might want a bit of a tap. There you go. Bang, it's out. Right, and these lights are in a cluster, in a like a little pot. You see? These ones, this particular ones are like in a little pot, which I prefer these, to be honest with you, because they sit in nice. You ain't got to try and gouge them out with a knife. Yeah. So that's how they are, and they just sit in. So they're good. As you can see, they just sit in a hole there. like so. So let's see if we can get this one out with as less problems as the other one. There you go, pop. I'm sorry about it, I didn't get it, but what I was doing was using the post, the base of the post, to use it as a lever. Put that against there and just add a bit of pressure. Yeah, just to pop it out. That's what I was doing with that. Obviously, if it's really, really tight and you don't want to break the post, you have to find another method. You could perhaps tap it from this angle with a light tap with a hammer and a spike or something. But yeah, that's that out. Both in good condition. So that's it then. Stripping time. Well, I've got to file them down to the shoulders and re-drill. So that's it. It's got some sort of emulsion paint or something on it, because I can feel it's very smooth in my hands. It's not like it's like a chalky paint that I've overpainted it with. Anyway, there we go. Stripping time. Right, there we go. Out the stripper. Tell you what, it's a nice smooth casting, this. I had a couple of bits here and there. There's a bit there. And around this area, this one, yeah, this side, there's like weld splatters. It looks like weld splatters, you know, dots of casting there. So I've got that off. I've got to sand it all now. But it is a nice smooth casting. Nice bit of detail in there. Yeah, quite like this casting. It's nice. Just feels to the touch nice and smooth. Right, anyway, I've wire brushed the base. That's come out all right, so let's go at this now. Get the old trusty brush out and give it a go. See what it comes up like. I'm debating whether to primer this before I use that new paint or not. I mean, I couldn't find any primer with that in that paint range, so whether or not they expect you to put it on there or not, I don't know, but I do like to put a primer on. Some people don't, but I just prefer to put a primer on. It just seems to work, well, for me anyway. It's your choice, isn't it, at the end of the day? Just give something, I mean, you can rough a surface up, but I don't know that paint and what it's going to react like, so I think I'm going to go with a primer. Hopefully it won't react to it. I shouldn't think so. I shouldn't think it'll react to it. It's solvent based acrylic like other stuff. Yeah, that grill's cut nice and clean, look. I won't spend too long on doing this. So you got the idea. You've seen me do this loads of times before. Nothing special. So there you go. I'm going to get this primed and you'll see it before we start the new paint. Right, that's the grey primer on. It's quite nice. So I'll give this a good shake up. I'm using the handle. And we'll see what happens. I'm hoping it's going to be alright. Give it a quick test spray. We'll do the inside first as normal. Give it a light coat on the outside. That's a light coat. Seems gone on alright. Can't really tell at the minute. It's supposed to be quick drying, so I'll come back to you when it's all painted and we'll see what it's like. Okay, right, here we go. There's the red. Now, problem. That red I showed you that I was going to use, to be honest with you, it didn't work out for me. Nothing in particular, nothing wrong with the paint itself. I just wasn't comfortable with the spray pattern on it and the amount of paint that you had to put down to get a decent coverage. And I feel that it was going to cover a lot of the details up. So I dumped it, not the paint, I dumped the casting back in, restripped it and repainted it. And this time I used the Halford's Fiat Tizzino red, which I don't think is a bad red actually. And it's a Fiat red, so yeah. Yeah, that other paint I was showing you has got its place, but unfortunately not with me, not here. Anyway, onwards and upwards. I've done the waistline with the scrape that off, and that side. So now we've got the details to do on the front. And like always, I'm not going to show you it all. I'll just say certain aspects of it. It's got quite a bit of detail on it, so we'll get on and do this. Get my lamp out of the way. Put my gig lamps on. Right, we'll do the grill, because it's got a big grill in here. We'll get that out of the way first. We go. Yeah, that paint wasn't fantastic. I wasn't comfortable with it. You know when you get something and you're not comfortable with it? So, unfortunately, no. I won't ditch it. I will keep trying it, but it appeared that it was just going to... The pigments could do with being a bit stronger. So, I'm sticking with my... eye coat for the minute. Well, if we don't try these things, you never know, do you? So we're getting in this quite big grill in here. I don't know if you can see all that. Getting under there. Nice and steady, John. Nice and steady. Well, it's Sunday morning here. It's quite mild. The weather seems to have calmed down and settled down to a bit of a dull day at the minute. And we get this grill painted. Funny headlight bezels in these. Look at the shape of them headlight bezels. They're quite weird, them. They got a bit of a funny angle. Oh, we got 4 minutes. All right yet for a bit. Yeah, I did have a quick look at Google Images on these. So have a look, see where we were going with it. What's what with it. I did when I chose a red. I thought, well, there must be some red Fiats about of this type. And there's a few. And also a few maroon ones as well. Burgundy and maroon, whatever. Right, I'm going to carry on with this then, this grille. So I'm going to do the grille, the bumper, the headlights, bezels around there, and the back bumper. Okay, and I'll come back to you when that's all done. And you can see it looking all nice and pretty. Okay. Okay. Well, that's all the details done. That's the side pieces, the back bumper, back lights. So these back lights, I was looking at Google images. They go right down to the bumper on both sides. The top half is red. Then there's a chrome barrier. Then the bottom half is clear and it's got an orange circle in the middle of it. Very similar to the Austin, Cambridge, Austin, Westminster over in this country, with that back wing like that and the long light. So that's that done. And the front, I've done the front bumper. I put the dual headlights back in because they're a bit fiddly. I like to tap them in with a bit of rubber on a hammer to tap them back in. So they're all right and glowing. I put a bit of a black wash on the radiator. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. And I've got the Fiat logo colour on the badge in the middle. And it's a private number plate, so don't knock it for... I know it's left-hand drive, it should be foreign, but it's a... Let's call it a foreign import, eh? They just finished the model off, I think, number plates on it. So there you go. So now it's assembly time. So we'll get the gear ready and we'll get it assembled. Okay, then here we go. Assembly time. Right, now, this louver goes up through these two holes in the back there and sits like that. And these are supposed to sit in, there's a little groove in the glass where these two sit like that. Yeah, when it's pushed up inside. But if you try and bend it too much, you'll snap it. So in that case, we're going to super glue this in, and we'll let it set up a little bit so it doesn't force the issue. Because if you super glue those down, you're going to fog your glass up. So we'll just put a bit of super duper around there. We'll get this in. You see that? We're going in there. Oh, there we go. Get this sitting in there, right? Just hold her there for a minute. Hold her there for a minute. Well, I hope everybody's doing okay at the minute. Yeah, it took me a couple of 3 days to do this. It usually takes me about 3 or 4 days to do one of these. I'll record it over the week. That's looking like it's sitting right. Okay, so that's in then. And put the interior out, such as it is, in there. And then the base. Drop that in there. And then we've got the Riviarts. The Riviarts. First one with the old super duper. Drop that in there. Super duper. There you go, that's that one. Looking good, fellas, looking good. Put that in. Got all new tyres on it. 15mm treaded. These on these ones. That's what I've got on here. Right, move that out of the way. I glue on my hands. Yeah, there you go. Sorted. Right, just leave it on the back for a minute. Let the glue settle, and we'll get it on the magic roundabout then. This is what we started with. Corgi Toys Fiat 2100. And now we can see how it all ended up. Like this. Okay, here we are then. Just a quick word before we set a spinning. If you notice around his headlights there and there, it's not where I've overpainted. It's the shape of the wing. If you look on the Google images, you'll see that the chrome comes up and follows the wing around. It's like in the bezel. It looks a bit odd, but that's how they are. Anyway, let's get it going and have a look at it on the roundabout. Here we go then. Yeah, when I look at it going around, it looks a bit odd, but it's not. It's the way they've inserted the headlights in this chrome bezel, but the chrome bezel is only in the top half of the wing. Very strange, but anyway, here we go. All nicely cleaned up. I quite like this red. That red, that Fiat red. It came out better than I thought. It's a shame about the other red I was using, but I'm glad I resorted back to this one. Blacked out grille. It's quite nice. Number plates, private plates, by the way, like I said before. Door handles. Anyway, that's it for this week. Hope you enjoyed it. And you'll join me again next week for another video. So, onwards and upwards. I need to get started on that one. Well, look after yourselves, and we'll see you all next week. Bye for now.